Hey everyone! Welcome to another random corner of my craft room. If you guys watched last week's video, you'll notice that I'm sitting in front of my little flat file seating area thing that I kind of threw together. My mom and mother-in-law just visited. They were here for a few days and they helped me unpack a lot of the house and get the yard in order. So we've pretty much been going non-stop for the last few days. So I kind of wanted to just sit down and do a pretty easy DIY for this week. I haven't made a cat toy in a while, so I thought that that's what I would do today. And I figured I'd probably have all the material for some kind of cat toy. So I'm gonna go try to find some stuff and make a cat toy. My goal is to make a cat toy that's similar to one called The Bird. My older sister has one for her cats and they absolutely love it. It's basically just like feathers on string, but the way that they position the feathers makes it flip around and flick through the air, which cats seem to really enjoy. I know I have some feathers because Uni keeps trying to get into one of these boxes back here because it has a little thing of feathers in it. So going from that, I'm going to try to find all the other materials and make this cat toy. So let's go see what I can find. Alright, here's the state of my craft room right now. My mom and mother-in-law were just staying here, and this is the room that my mom was in, so there's space for a bed and everything else is pushed off into the corner, and then that's why the window's taped up so that she could have some privacy. But anyway, I'm going to attempt to find the stuff to make a cat toy. So I know that in this box already I have feathers, mainly because Uni kept trying to get into this box. So I think, yep, right here, ta-da! So yeah, I'll salvage some feathers from this. I mean, I could probably just take this as is and make it into a cat toy, but I want to try to make that one specific thing, so. And then from there I need to find string. So I don't think that there's string in this box. It's probably in this pile of boxes over here, so. Okay, some beading stuff. I might have some luck in here. So I'm gonna use some wood beads too, and probably I'll need this. So I'll just grab that. I don't think that I'll use leather cording. Okay, I know for sure that there's wood beads in this box. I just need to get them out. Oh, see? There's some right here. And then if there's anything else in here that would be useful. I don't think so. So now I gotta find that string. Let's see. What's in this box? What is in here? Ooh, actually, I do need dowel. Ugh. So I think this might be too thin, but I do have this thicker stuff that I can't reach because I'm short. So I need to put my camera down to grab it. That noise you hear is Uni stealing the feather again. Like a butthole. Alright, well, I think this one should work. I think it's strong enough, so I think I'm gonna use this. Okay, I did some more rummaging off screen, and in this box, I think I found it. I was half considering using this elastic, but I don't know. I feel like that would just be a bad idea if Uni's playing with it and then lets go and then it can spring back and hit me in the face. But I kept looking, and lo and behold, down here is the string that I was looking for. It's stronger than just plain old yarn, and it's thin, so it should work pretty well. So I think I got all the stuff that I need, besides tools and stuff. So let's go make this thing. I gathered a thin dowel, feathers, wooden beads, electrical tape, string, wire, scissors, and a drill with a tiny drill bit. The dowel I found was about, I'd say maybe 2 foot and it was pretty thin. I was actually looking for something thicker, but this is all I could find. But it actually worked out pretty well in the end. At one end, I carefully drilled a tiny hole. The hole needs to be big enough to thread the string through, but not big enough that it makes the dowel weak. To make sure the bit didn't slip when I drilled, I used a push pin to make a little dent thing where I wanted the hole. I clamped the dowel to the table and then drilled the hole. Easy peasy. I had this arrangement of feathers, but I only needed 2, so I took it apart and picked 2 feathers that I thought would work well. You want 2 sturdy feathers. For example, this one is too long, so it's a bit wiggly, but these 2 are nice and stiff, so they hold their shape. This is important to get it to do the fluttering action that it does when it whips through the air. I also decided to use some of these super thin feathers in the middle for a bit of decoration. Since these thin ones are all separate, I used some electrical tape to hold them together. Then I sandwiched this between the 2 main feathers, making sure they bend outwards, and then taped everything together. You need them to face outward, again, for the whole fluttering action. I cut a length of thin wire, probably about 12 inches. In the middle of the wire, I looped it over twice, and then placed that at the base of the feathers, making the loop stick out a little bit, and then I twisted the wire around the feathers to hold it in place. Then I covered the wire with some more tape to secure it. I'm using electrical tape because it's strong and I had some on hand. Then I cut a length of string. I would say to go about 2 or so feet. I think that I cut mine a little bit too long, so I'm probably going to go back later and tie it shorter. Anyway, before attaching the string, I remembered that I wanted to add a wooden bead. This should help keep the tape from peeling back. I realized that the beads from this loop that I grabbed weren't big enough, so I grabbed this other wooden bead that I had, which actually matched the color scheme. But the hole in this one was too big this time. After more rummaging through my jewelry stuff, I found another bead from the red florally bead bag thing that was smaller, but again, too small, but only just so. So I was able to take a drill bit and make it slightly bigger. I just did that by hand because it only needed to go up like 1 more size. There we go. Perfect. Then I threaded the string through the metal loops on the feathers and tied a few square knots. And cut off the extra string. Then I threaded the other end through the dowel, then through the wooden bead, and then back through the dowel, and then tied a few more square knots, and then cut off the excess again. I did this technique with the bead at the end in the hopes that this will hold better than just a normal knot. I guess only time will tell. And it's done. Time to go test it out. And it seems like Uni loves it. And apparently Hobbs too. Here you can see the fluttering spinning action that I was talking about earlier. When you whip this thing through the air, it spins around and it mimics flapping wings, which is pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. I post art videos every Tuesday and DIY videos every Thursday. Thank you to my patrons for helping me produce this video. If you are interested in becoming a patron, then I'll leave a link to mine right up here and you can go check it out. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week.